Da-na-na-na, na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na. Good afternoon, boys and girls, friends and lovers, children of all ages. Hi, Heidi and Vic. So nice to have you joining us today. I am in the process of making more masks for our unhoused community. I am in the process of preparing to make phone calls and do a massive protest as part of the need to house everybody. But Sally Smith, who's in this video right now, she sent me a box because I've been making these masks to go to those workers. And oh, happiness. There's now 702, Terracify, and everybody else. Happiness, joy, joy, joy. Sally Smith is here, and that's the most important person. I'm so glad you're sewing face masks. I am about to unbox this package right here in front of your own very eyes. And before I do, I need to take off that label. So, here we go, folks. I'm so excited. You know, I've been in some of these videos of unboxing because Eric Brandt's done it. And I have to tell you, this box has been here about 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is going to be an amazing face mask. Love it. Oh, these are great fabrics. Nice and thick poly cotton blends. Oh, great, great, great cuttings. That's beautiful. Oh, thank you. Love the fabrics. Look at these colors. Oh, it's great design. Oh, that's for Janet's kitchen. I guess I better make sure that gets to Janet. Look at that. So fun. Oh, that's going to be a great mask. And I think the best is at the bottom. Moons and stars and airplanes too. Oh. And to answer the biggest need, thread, and more thread. I'm so excited. I'm so overwhelmed and happy. And I'm going to get off the floor now. Oh, these are great. Oh, this one definitely is getting cut today. And maybe that one. And oh man. That one's coming in. That's going to be some starter work. This is going to be some later work. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sally. I am the ghost of a man today. I guess I should do an update for some of you who have maybe been following along at home. Oh, I'm so excited. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. Yes, the fabrics are beautiful colors. They're amazing. News Now 702, Terracify. And I know that nobody wants to sit and watch me continue sewing probably, but since I'm unboxing, I want you to know that we're about to do another feed. And that another feed is phone calls. I am super excited. This is great. This is truly just wonderful. Look at these materials. I mean, just love it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've learned a lot from me on sewing too. Um, One of the things that I really want to talk about with these Olsen masks is how short this thing gets if you don't extend it when you're cutting the pattern. So that's one of the key aspects that I'm really concerned about there. Um, Not a fun mask. Greetings, Lacey. I saw your message, and I'm not going to talk about that right now, but we'll get there. Um, so, for those of you who are just joining me, I will, Sally. Can you get the pattern, Maui Wowie? Yeah, it's Craft Passion. The craftpassion.com is the pattern I'm using. It's also called an Olsen mask. Craftpassion.com /face dash sewing mask sewing pattern. Let me show you what it looks like, the website. It's really, really easy. That's the company right there, Craft Passion. And there's the web address. Okay, whoops. Leave that up there for a second. I'm actually about to do some phone calls, and I want you guys to join me in this effort. How many of you on the chat right now have the capacity to make phone calls while watching television or your computer screen? Anyone? Anybody in the chat that can make phone calls? We're going to do a call thing here. Check my email regarding sewing needles. Okay, well, first we have to talk about this. You're going to sew. News Now 702 does. Okay, I'm going to sew too, and I'm going to do just a few of these phone calls, but I want you all to know what's going on. And so, flood the phone lines for housing in 20 minutes, okay? We're going to call the mayor's office. We're going to demand that our local state authorities seize vacant housing to provide safe housing for all people. Lucinator, here's an interesting thing. Poor Dirt Farmer, yes. Did you see the fabric I got? Look at these colors. They're bright. They're vibrant. They're fun. Look at that red. Isn't that a great mask color? I'm just telling you. These are just great. Check that one out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then there's this. I mean, there's just so many fabrics. I love it. I'm just so excited. Anyway, we need to seize vacant housing for all human beings to have a place to live. Maui Wowie, I'm not sure what you're saying about Abdi. Seize vacant housing to provide safe housing for all people. Without adequate housing, including those who are homeless. In overcrowded conditions, and medical workers who need a place to rest without fear of endangering their family and friends, right? So here's the deal. If you've been watching me for a couple of days, you know that I have been making phone calls. There's an event you can log into and share, but it's my effort to what is this? We're going to approve that, and we're going to approve that, and then we're going to go to create a post in the activism exchange. We need to do some stuff here. My own Facebook page. Heart Dirt Famer, thank you so much. Flood the phone lines. Housing Today, sponsored by PS, and that's the Party for the Social Liberation, I believe. Party for Socialization and Liberation in Denver. And that's with Denver Homeless Out Loud. Boom. We need phone calls, people. Seize vacant housing. Enact immediate statewide rent cancellation and a moratorium on all eviction and foreclosure filing and proceedings for the duration of the pandemic and its associated economic recession. If we can't work, we can't pay rent. The government must act to prevent more people from losing their homes in this crisis. All people must have safe homes during the crisis. Release all ICE detainees and all elderly state and local inmates. Those with chronic health conditions and those who were convicted for nonviolent offenses or have not been convicted at all. Drastically increase medical staffing and supplies to local jails and state prisons and guarantee sanitary conditions for all inmates. You got that there? So, Maui, you're jumping in a conversation that's not happening right now, and I'm just going to put it at that. Right now, our focus is on this. Housing for the homeless. Housing for those at risk. Rents to be restrained. We are calling on all city governments to... provide for those in need. Get rid of the ICE facilities. And there's some key phone numbers on the bottom of the screen there. If you've watched any of my videos in the last couple of days, last 24 hours that I've made, you'll know that we, Ghost Rider and myself, from different locations, did some work. Ghost exposed that the camp was closed. The homeless camp was closed. They were turning people away. And I made some phone calls to get them to open up more facilities to prevent the closure of the day facilities where they were going to kick people out into the streets, into the snow on Easter. And we are this call, this rent strike this afternoon in just about 15 minutes. So I want you guys to consider joining me. I'm going to do a new video. And one of these days, not too long from now, we'll have a conversation with Eric Brandt, about the money it's going, what happened to his bonds, how that money's being returned. And we'll open the floor for people to talk. Maybe I'll even learn how to do a live stream so that, Maui, you can come talk with me, or we'll do a Google Hangout or something. And we'll talk about the money raised and people who want their money back, the concerns that might be out there about multiple pools, and what happened to that money. Maybe we should ask about Otto the Watchdog and the monies that were stolen by PayPal Patty and others, taking away from the good work of these people. As you can see, I'm still at my sewing machine. Oh, that's a little close. I'm still at my sewing machine. I'm still hammering masks out, okay? And I show you when I take my mask to do what I say I'm going to do. So I'm sorry, but I can't do anything better than be I am for me. And so the boxes that I got from Sally Smith with yarn and threads. I'm so excited, and we're gonna keep it up. So come back in 10 minutes. I'm gonna be live. I'm gonna be sewing or tracing, and on my new fabrics, more pieces for cutout, and we're gonna be calling entities on this phone list and more, because I know how to find more phone numbers. And so, yes, Tony Mac, thank you. And everybody, thank you for being here. Denver's just one of many communities where we're active. And seriously, all of this work is what we're doing. So that the lifeline of what we're doing in this moment, in other moments, are important. I'm slow on getting to the emails, okay? And I'm sorry. Rob, what I think right now is that if Ghost Rider wasn't at the National Western Show yesterday, we wouldn't have known that they were turning people away. And we wouldn't have been able to stop them from turning people away, mandating that people get taken to another facility. And that if they show up asking for housing, if they ask to stay out of the snow, stay out of the cold, that they do that. And I want you to know that these are cold because it's snowing outside right now. Matter of fact, let's go look at it. Can you see it? Can you see it? It's not sticking to the ground, but it's snowing. It's snowing in Denver. And there's an accumulation of snow on surfaces. So, while we're at it, let me close the door properly so we don't let the heat in. Out. Look at my little garden, folks. Sally, I hope you're still here watching this. This is a head of lettuce that we bought. It had a root attached to it, and we've replanted it. This cabbage and this cabbage were fed to the homeless. And I cut the bottom off and I soaked it in water. Now there's new cabbages growing. More lettuce. And these are my basils. They're all the same kind of basil. See that root structure? That's from feeding them in water, letting them hang out, get sunlight and heat. Anybody can do this. You don't think I need the cord I'm using. We can talk about that. Yeah. And we're rewashing the cups. I hate using plastic cups, but I don't have ceramics right now, and all the Goodwills are closed. All right, folks, come back to me 10 minutes. We're going to go live and make phone calls and sew and trace and find some accountability for the housing, and you can make phone calls too. Thanks. See you in 10 minutes.